am recording. The lesson number 12. So people hurry up because the semester is almost over. Week number 12, and then April 21st is done. So I need everybody in turbo mode. This class and the e-commerce that we had before, they are developed in a better way. Like the assignments that you will have, we're gonna do like everything together, so you don't have to be alone too much. So that's the easy ones. The ones that we have tomorrow, for example, they require more extra work, but I need everybody, and the online courses a lot more extra work. So I need everybody in turbo for every single course you have, not only mine.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Karin. Tell me something. What you have for me? Nothing.
Not too much. I've completed the assignment already.
Okay, you complete the assignment already, so it's fine. We are recording right now,
Okay.
so it's okay. Let's keep working with some concepts I would like to share with you. If you have something else for me, let me know, Karim. Okay, I am here. Or if you wanna put it on the chat.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah, something that is in your mind. Okay, here. I'm taking some seconds. Okay, let me open. And we have lesson. And in the lesson 12 is the one that we will open today. People and organization. That's the name of the class today. Oh, I was scared because I was putting something for you. Here, Nilima, this link is for you in the top at ADP again, but it's because the class today it's about this too. So that's why I put the link so they can see the example of ADP again. I am talking about Nilima because Nilima knows this system well. Also, we have another interesting concept that I would like to share with you. Calculate turnover or rotation of your businesses. All of you here, right? So let's do this quick because I wanted to see, once we are studying the concept, it will make sense for you why I'm showing you this. Okay, it's gonna take a few minutes to see. So it's again with the maths calculation. It's so easy to do it, and I'm gonna put in your perspective a real example of the life, so you can use it in your own businesses. It doesn't matter if you are manager, director, owner or not. It doesn't matter, as soon as you can have an idea of these numbers. So for example, first of all, why I'm doing this? Because today the class is about people and organization. And we're going to talk about effectiveness in the organization. What that means, how right or wrong we are doing the things. We are doing the process in the organization, in the business, in the non-profit or for-profit entity. So we need to know sometimes if we have employees, even if the business is small or huge corporation, we need to know how is the rotation. That means how is the employees behaving in terms of the retention in the company, if they stay or they leave us. If they leave us, if they are leaving the organization, we need to detect why. Maybe we need to detect what we are doing wrong in the organization or right, what is happening. Maybe this is normal. It's normal that we have a lot of turnover. We don't know, right? So that's why we are here in this class. So, for example, take your calculator in your mind, in your hand, so we can do the exercise together. If you do faster, we make the class faster, people, okay? So look at me. Monthly turnover, employees separated between the average number of employees. It's on your screen, it's in lesson 12, this webpage. So if I have, this is a real life example, if I have around 15 employees in this organization, okay? 15. I lost 7 employees. 7. One of the employees retired. And you can tell me, but why I include this employee that is retired? You can include it or not. It's your decision. If you include the employee that is retired, that you just explain to your committee, to your organization, that you include a retired person. If not, take it out. Take it out. So we have 7 employees that we lost. Bielka, but when we lost them? Let's say the last 3 months, we lost 7 employees. And we have 15 employees in the business, in the organization. So I have 7 divide 10. 7 divide 10. How much is that? Oh, sorry. Yes, I have separated 7 between the 15. Sorry, it was 15. Okay, so 7 divide 15 employees. That's the amount of that's my rotation. Okay. Remember again, employees separated. How much employee I lost? Remember the number I tell you? What was the number? 7. And how many employees I have in my organization?
15.
15. Beautiful. Thank you for your help. So 7 dividing 15 is 0.46 multiply 100. It's around
46.67.
Thank you. I also hear another voices I know who was, I'm going to say it now, Jaijin and Yusuf, Karim Yusuf and Chabnang. So again, 46.66, it's my turnover, my rotation in my company, 46% in 3 months. Wow. But what about, listen, let's look at this. What about, this is a little exaggerated example, but it's to show you something. So what about if it's educational service, what I provide, and my rotation, my turnover is 46%? What is the analysis on this? What you can tell me, your analysis, what you think? Tell me. I know you have a low energy, but give me a little bit of you. What do you think? It's educational service 25 and my rotation in my organization is 46. What comes to your mind? Again, I'm going to make the question again. Remember that we obtained 46% of rotation of turnover. And I'm showing in my screen some real data for you, real from the real world. This is that the regular rotation, regular turnover is 25.5 in educational sector. And I have 47. What that means?
You're high on the rotation, the percentage.
Exactly, Jaijin. Thank you so much. So yeah, my level is high compared to the regular or average in the industry. And the same here, you can see maybe your industries are here in this list. I have retail people here, 64%. So, for example, somebody like Jaijin, which is she have a position in a retail industry, she can say how much people she lost in a certain period of time in her business, and she can know, say 64%. If her rotation is 60, she can say, oh, we are normal. We are not too bad. But what about if I have another community here that is focused in technology, information? Look at this, it's 38. If we mention construction, I have some of you in construction area, 56.9. So you can have an idea. Remember, this is actually a source for Gallup, but it's another magazine mentioning that, but it's a reference that you can use. And it's the way I gave you here in the top, look at the top, you can click on this calculate turnover and it will tell you if you remember, divide the amount of people that we lost, divide in the people that we have. This is the percentage of our turnover. This is something you have heard before, you have an idea, it's something useful, something you find interesting, maybe something that I don't want to use this in my life. Tell me, what do you think? If you tell me, we made the class faster, because if no, I keep asking and you're going to take more time. So help me, help me. People, please. So here I gave you another information, 10-job interview question to ask candidates. I'm showing you this in advance because once we are in the topic, I can remind you all of this I show you. Here, this is a help for you as director, managers, business owners, human resource, any kind of position that you have in your organization. You can ask some guidance question to your employees that you are looking in your business. Okay. Why I am interested in showing this? Because I would like, when you are looking for your people, that you can make a good selection. I don't know if you have been in interviews that you say, oh my goodness, I interview myself. I have been in interviews like that. Like, I interviewed myself because the person that was interviewing me, nothing, didn't ask anything, didn't say anything, didn't make a smart question, nothing. Like, tell me about you, whatever. And now sometimes you notice they don't even know the resume, they haven't seen the resume. You know, it's kind of, I don't find this professional. Like, look at the resume of your candidates first, have some interaction, try to get them to see if they are good candidates or not. But some people is like interviewing because that's their job and that's it. I don't want you like this. I want you moving forward, making the things better. So that's why I gave you this example. Can you tell me about a difficult work situation, how you overcame? Some of your greatest professional accomplishments. Those are examples that you and me, we can make to our future employees, future candidates, or for our candidates in any position that we are looking for, human talent in an organization. So that's it. But another strategy that you can use in human resources is to know your rotation, your turnover. Dividing, again, the amount of people that we lost between the people that we have in the organization. An idea. So now you got it. It's so easy. So here, I'm going to show you something real quick, and then we're going to be really good. If you have comments about this, if it's something you find interesting, maybe something that you already been working in human resource class or any other class, let me know. Now you can calculate the rotation for your own stores, business, or organizations that you are working. Even if you don't know exactly how much they have in total, you can have an approximate looking at your people that you work or things like that. And you can make the exercise. I gave you, the link is in the top of this book, so you can have everything. Chapter 12, People and Organization. I am sharing my screen, yes. I was almost like, okay, if you have comments, tell me. Management administrating the resources to accomplish the goals. That's what we're going to take care of this. And we think about planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling functions. We're going to talk about all of this. Here in the planning. So see on the screen all the process involved. And now I'm going to stop for a moment in planning because I want that you exercise the planning every single day in your personal, individual life. Because if you start in your personal life, then you can plan for the biggest corporation in the world with no problem. But you have to start with you. Every day, put goals to your day. I am traditional. I use it in an agenda. I know I have a lot of technology, techy people here. You like to use your phones, your electronics devices. That's okay, as soon as you make plans. I prefer to look. Actually, I have pictures of my plans and everything. That's helped me. That helped me. So that's the way I work better. Because people, if you don't know where you are going, you're already there. So you need to know where you are going. So that's why we need to make plans. And you can say, I don't know how to do it. At least make a list of the things that you need to do, and you start from there. And I always put you with the objective development. Objective is one sentence, but you have to make sure you are saying when you want this objective done is in July 2023. I want to open my store located in Alpharetta. I don't know. I'm giving time, I'm giving a place, I'm saying what I'm gonna do. Something so simple like some of you say, I wanna lose X amount of pounds. Something so simple like losing weight is something that must be determined in our minds when you want it. Some of us say, oh, we want to lose 30 in 1 month. We have to put goals that are achievable and they are measurable, that we can do. Break it in a little pieces. If you want to start to do your exercise, instead of saying, I'm going to walk and run 1 hour every day, say, I'm going to walk 5 minutes for 1 week. And you're going to see, as soon as you start walking 5 minutes, next week you're going to work 10, 20. And then 2-3 months later, you're going to be running 1 hour. But you need to start with small goals. So planning is essential. And my advice for you is start from your own individual life and then planning in business, setting objectives and saying when you want this. And another observation that I always give you in all the exercise we do with objectives or projects is establish the date when it's gonna be done. It's very important. And also the amounts. If you wanna reach 300,000 customers, for example, I'm just creating an example, you must say how many customers we will be reaching, what amount of product we will be selling, all of this. Okay, this is planning. And of course, it's a process that never stops. That's why you see this circle is pentagon. In this case, is always working. Organizing. In the organization, you as manager, director, business owners, etc., you will explain to your team what to do. So we have to establish how we're going to get there. That's, in simple words, what organization means. Staffing. I was mentioning some information about staffing, like measuring the effectiveness with the calculation of the rotation. When I was explaining you, finding your best candidates when I was giving you the list of the question. Okay, this is some recommendation that we can follow for that. Here, directing, issuing directives, assignments, and instruction, building effective group of subordinates that are motivated. That's what we want to say with this part. Here we have to mention the different type of leadership that are mentioned here in this chapter. Autocratic leadership, like the word tells you, somebody that takes decisions and without consultation. Sometimes that happens, depending the situation that we have, okay? But again, if this is the most characteristic, the main characteristic that always is prevailing in this person, now we are talking about autocratic leadership. Democratic is the opposite, implementing the opinions of your team. If there is something that you would like to remember, that you would like to share, maybe some experience that you have in this kind of leadership, share with us. Laissez-faire leadership, what is that? Let it go, like the song, let it go. So what that means, a person that lets others do what they understand it's okay. But you will tell me, but this is wrong, right? Depends the team that you have. For example, in some organizations that are, for example, in retail organization or customer service, we cannot be laissez-faire because imagine that you have a team of 200 people and you let them do whatever they, to act as they think is correct. We don't have a standard, we don't have procedures, we don't have a structure. It's gonna be complicated, right? But if you have a team of executives, they are high experience level, they know what to do, they have, certain skills, etc. So now you can implement some laissez-faire techniques. Okay, remember that. It's called also delegative leadership. So it's not that they are wrong or good or bad. It's gonna adapt to the situation. Let me know if you have experience or comments, something that happened to you in this kind of job or organizations that you belong. Even in your own religions, church, temples that you go, this is an organization, and you will see different procedures in this human, because it's made by humans. So you will see different kind of behaviors that you will have your own opinion on that. Maybe you will do different. We don't know, right? So talking about that, here in the screen, you will see some behaviors that this author consider they are not healthy for the organization. For example, and it's applied including your family's people, because administration starts in you as individual, and then in your mini world that is your home or your family, and then expand to the rest. Post hoc management, what is that? Saying that everything is wrong, like it's always pointing on you. And you are the worst on that because you point on you all the time. So you point on you and you are expecting, we are expecting that the others don't do it. So in order to take care of that, we have to start to treat ourselves in a correct way, because you point yourself all the time, and I know, and we do that. It's a human thing. But treating others this way, it's also something that is very frustrating for your employees as director, manager, owner, etc., president, any other thing, any leadership position. So micromanagement, what is that? So the word tell you, I don't know if you have experience with that. For example, leaders that are inspecting every single thing you do in the organization. Even sometimes you open the computer and they are behind you looking everything. That's very uncomfortable. Have you had this in the past? I had it in the past, and it's not comfortable, right? But in case like that, we need to apply our emotional intelligence. So, for example, I had this situation with working in the government for several days, and it was a mature lady, my supervisor. She was, elderly person, right? So what I think she have a lot of years working in the federal government, and she used to micromanage, and long story, right? So when I start to see that lady like a granny, like, she's a lady that is mature, she maybe don't know these modern ways to do the things. So let me take it easy and relax, and and that day I started to take the things better, with a better attitude. And you know what? Everything changed before, because I accepted, and I stopped to put high level of importance on the micromanagement. So again, there are two ways to see this: in the way of the supervisor and the way of the employee. If you are in a situation like that, now you have to apply your emotional intelligence a lot, because there are some things you cannot change, right? If you are in a company and you have a leader that is micromanagement, how you can make it work? Your attitude is determinant. Sigul management, what is that? Somebody that is not supporting, a leader that is not supporting you. So we are saying this kind of characteristics, so we avoid, you and me, avoid all of these characteristics when we are in the leadership positions, like some of you here. Okay, so mushroom management, more individualistic, centered in their own career, in their own progress, and you're not very important. So if you disturb me, if if you're not important to me, I keep going. I have seen this in the past too. Keeper management, another example, they call it like a fish face, giving you two faces. Like sometimes I'm happy, sometimes not. Sometimes I give you good compliments about your work, and sometimes not. It's we can keep talking about non-healthy practice in business. I know you have stories on that, and you have been going through many things in your life, outside and inside this country. So I know many stories. But if you have some examples that you would like to share, or situations that you have been, maybe you or me, we did that in the past. We learn from our mistakes. So controlling, simple words, monitoring the progress, monitoring the path that we have been going through. That's what that means in simple word. Okay, so here all of this is the controlling function: set a standard, measure performance, compare, take corrective action. And you can say, how I can know if this employee is doing right or wrong? There are many ways you can know. First, in a small business, observation, right? But also we have system in customer service. You can hear your team members' phone calls, and you can detect how they are doing. And you can sit down with them and check. I don't know if some of you have been in this process. I have been in this process in every single aspect, as a manager, as customer service provider, everything. So actually, as researcher, looking the performance, all of that. So I don't know if some of you have been in this process, but we have top management, middle management, and first line management. Talking about management. Top management, we can say executives or CEOs, right? It's in the top management. Middle management, for example, we can say the director of marketing, director of certain departments. We can use that as an example. First line, they are more in the day by day process. The customer service manager can be an example of first line management. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick that I will ask you for. Take a picture if you want. The ones that have not completed the activity, you can take a picture, because we're going to do it in a few minutes. But technical, conceptual, interpersonal, and decision-making. Take a picture, click of this part in purple, because the activity will ask you for the skills of management. They are technical. Technical, what is that? To understand the aspect of the job. Conceptual, dealing with the information to take decision. Interpersonal, managing the others. And finally, decision making is when we really take the decision with the analysis that you did in the conceptual, with the conceptual skill that you have. Let's say in simple word, conceptual analysis, right? And then you take decisions based on your analysis. And now you took a picture of this, of the skills, right? And now take a picture of this other one, decision-making process here in this page 421, 421. Take a picture of this one. Let me put it bigger, maybe here. So now you will see the management decision making, because here it's not going to ask you all the steps, but when you do the activity, you will see that identify problem of opportunity is part of the management decision making. So that's why I asked you to take a picture, because you will use it for your activity. Okay, so here, something that I like to promote on you a lot is, I have allergy, that's why. So when you have a situation, recognize the problem and get the data, get the facts. Also, evaluating the alternative action. I like to promote this in you because I observe that some of the leaders, managers, or owners, president of in leadership position, they have, some people have this situation like going to point somebody, you did this, you did this. Instead of doing this, let's avoid this part and let's obtain the data first. And then you listen first, listen your team, and then you can sit down with them and work in solution instead of pointing what happened, okay? Even if they did wrong, because they will take wrong decisions, they will forget things, they will skip procedures. Yeah, it's happened, depending the situation, right? But as good manager, you will be able to obtain that and then see the best alternative, okay? Now that's what we are talking about. Make decision and test it and reflect on the outcome. What is that? Measuring the results in simple word, okay? So that's what we see in this first part. This chapter is a little bit long. I'm trying to make it the best way possible, okay? So I'm trying to do my best here. Organizational design, it's important because it's what we're going to organize or determine the course of the institution of the organization. Let me show you something here so you can see. More information about developing your objectives. That's something I put you. Objectives are so simple as soon as you have a specific words to put it in paper. Put it in paper. So those are fundamental of organization. Developing your objectives, coordinating. What is coordinating? Coordinating with your team. Here you will see, for example, what is my job? What is the other's job? What they are doing? Does anyone care? What we are doing? Mission, vision, values. Those are parts of the coordination. Formal and informal organization. So here, well, maybe here is not the best example, but well, we have a formal organization. Let's put this class as a formal organization, but the relationship that you have between you, let's say that one of you needs some money, right? Needs some money, and other classmate lends you money. So this is the informal organization. The formal is that we are here in this class. The informal are the things that happen when we are not in the middle of the class, let's say this way. In the business sector, like when you have friends in the organization, that's called the informal, like something that happened behind the scenes. Let's put it this way, behind the scenes, between the director of marketing and the director of operation, because they make favor with each other, they have informal meetings, and those meetings help. Don't get me wrong, they help the organization to be better. If they are friends, if they go to visit each other, let's say this, those are part of the informal organization. And formal, remember what is established. Here, organization chart. What is that? You have experience in this part of in different classes, right? You will see they are static. They are not flexible. That's one of the negative things, if we can say, of the organizational chart. But give direction, give connection between employees, where they can go if they have a situation. I know that between the president and the vice president, they have a line. So they communicate with each other if they need help. Right? That's what the good thing with the organization chart. What you see here on the screen is the retail business, different functions for one person business. Like, for example, in my craft business, it's just me. So I have to deal with these different characteristics, different functions. So here, what you're looking on the screen is what I was telling you about the organization chart. Sometimes they are not flexible, but they provide instruction to your employees, etc. In general, right? In general, because this, a lot of concepts today. So centralization and decentralization. The word tells you centralization, centralized in the middle, right? So every decision is made in one place, and the centralization distributed in the employees. And I'm showing you all of this because this is what we're gonna see in the activity, okay? Guidelines for organizing. What is that? So what we need to know, let's say advice for you as managers, as leaders, to know what to do in your sector, right? Unity of command. What is that? Like there is a line that it's followed. For example, let's say some of you is the director of certain place and another is director, and then you have a student that is an assistant, and then this person have two bosses, three bosses. That causes a little confusion sometimes. I don't know if you have been in this environment with many bosses, right? So for some people works, but in general, the recommendation is the recommendation in the academic, the information is, do not confuse your employees with many lines to refer, many bosses. Division of labor. This is something that you give me a lot here, that like overseas in our countries is not so common. Everybody take care of everything, right? That's what you used to tell me, and I am agree with you. But here in this society, it's more common that the division is more specialized. Like, for example, you do customer service, that's your job, you don't take care of anything else. That's something that you always tell me, yeah, here is different, right? Because in our countries, we are used to do everything, right? We put our hand in everything. Here is more focused on the specialization. Span of control, the level of control that you have in a certain position. For example, if let's say I'm assistant of one of you, I'm your assistant, and then I go over you, like I don't respect the line of command, like I jump in you and take the decision that I have to take instead of asking or looking for recommendation, anything, right? That's what that means. Maintaining the The order. In some words, everything in exaggeration, it's not healthy for the organization, because if you have the employees that cannot, cannot take decision or cannot be, how I can say, empowered, right? Depending the situation, the employees feel frustrated. So some things that we need to take care, depending the industry that we are, or depending the scenario in professional area that we are. Here, we are talking about functional structure. What is that? Oh, you can look here, this part. Not going to be on the activity, but it's good to understand the different structure. Functional by function, right? But division can be by geographic. For example, I have a team here from India, a team from Brazil, a team that take care of Korea or Vietnam, or all of our countries. Pakistan, I know I'm missing countries. So that's what by division, right? And also we have matrix and network or virtual. They combine depending the structure of the organization. This is an example of the functional structure. You are familiarized with that. You have a CEO and you have a department of marketing that just take care of marketing, and you have sales that just take care of sales, etc., etc. This is an idea, okay? Division, region 1, region 2. When I was saying, depending, for example, our countries, we can use this as an example for that, okay? In matrix, what happened with matrix is a whole mix. It's a whole mix because depending the project, it's for projects usually. Okay, so you can have, for example, one different department help you with one project. It's mixed, okay, depending the project. In virtual, like we are now, we are online organization, we can say virtual organization. An example, okay? So here you can see home office, and then now it's more understandable because before the pandemic, the telecommuting changed drastically, and now a lot of positions they don't require transportation or something like that. So that's what that happened in an online environment. Creating an effective business organization structure. What is that? We need to take care of some variables that are external, like our competitors. We mentioned that in other courses and in other scenarios. Industry. What is the industry that we are? We will have different characteristics depending the industry. For example, healthcare industry. Some of you have experience with healthcare. So this is a completely different industry that, for example, if we talk about fashion industry, right? Some of you are interested in fashion. So different regulation, different tendencies, right? Compliance or legal requirement. So it doesn't need too much explanation on this, right? Depending the business that we are. Investors and lending sources. What is that? The money, where the money comes from. Things that we have to think about, okay? Here, almost done, people. This I know this is long, but legal forms of organization. So some of these things I have been talking with you several times, but in order to detect what is the legal organization that we need to know the vision that we have. Do we have a vision just to work from home and maintain the business small, or we want to grow, we want to be open to grow, or we want to be, we have some capital, some, investment, so we can move in a certain way, right? So that's what that means. Here you will see all of this that we are talking about. Sole proprietorship is one of the ways to register or to start our business to have it as legal entity. My experience here as a small business owner, so easy for me to register in LLC. For example, I have family in Canada that they say that's the only way they have to start their own project. So it depends the regulation of the state and the country that we are. Partnership, if you have another people, right? When we have more than one now, we can think about partnership. And we also have corporation. Is a person, let's call it a person, in a legal entity, legal person that is created. Why I say person? Because this corporation is independent of the owners. They have their own liability. Your many things are not involved when we are talking about corporation. LLC, I always will, show you the LLC way to Georgia corporations. That's something I always talk to you about, and it's something that you can do by yourself. To register your LLC, I show you the page. I don't want to do it again because I know I do that all the time. So now talking about people, almost there. That's what I was showing you, the rotation, the turnover. I was showing you the questions for interview, some things that you can use as real example in the real life. Okay, so managing people is always a great challenge in the business sector. You see, I'm like Rudolph now with the allergies. Let's keep going with okay, so what you see on the screen is a process for when we are hiring new people. Remember that I was mentioning you the question. So we have planning, workforce planning. What that means, people I will need to cover my needs. For example, I was telling you in your courses, we need to plan the teachers that we will need. So it's something part of the requirements. Job description, what you people will be doing. If you are hiring new assistant in your business, try to make the job description for them. Somebody want to say something? No? I think somebody wanted to talk. Identify your requirements. What is that? When you are looking for a position, let's say your business is growing now and you need an assistant. So what the person will do for you, write it in paper so you can have your job description and you can show to your assistant that you are looking for. Choose the source of candidate. Where you can find candidates. Right now, one of the most popular that I find in the real life in business is, of course, LinkedIn and also Indeed. Indeed.com is a great tool that you can use. Before, Monster was so popular, but it's more popular right now, Indeed. So you can use it as job seeker and also as managers, directors looking for business owner looking for employees. Schools and college employee referrals, promotion from within. What is that? So right now, for example, if you are manager now and then you go to director, etc., those are promotion. Or you are customer service and now you become director, etc. Okay. Once ads, that the word tell you everything, advertising for looking for candidates. Something else we can do. And also we can do it in Indeed. Okay, and you can do it for free and paying. This is here what you see, it's several regulations. And we have been talking about regulation in the class a little bit, about the Fair Labor Standards Act. We talked about before minimum wage. Remember, it's 7.25 in Georgia. In some states change depending the state. Also, remember, the tip employee is the person that at least earns $30 in tips. Their salary will be per hour 2.13. That's the minimum wage for tip employees. something that you have in mind or remember that exists, right? What is tip per employee? For example, if we work in restaurant, we are usually tip employee. So here, more of the laws that we mentioned in other classes in human resource. I remember we mentioned and we saw several web pages about that. So something that you can check. Conduct employment test and check reference. What is that? Checking for the reference of your employees, you actually can. You can ask for a 3 reference, for example, to check. My recommendation, you can send email. You can send email to the reference of the employees that you are looking for. If you wanted to do it more traditional, like the government, the US government do the same, they call. They just call and talk with the reference. And I used to ask to the reference, there is something that you would like to recommend to this person to improve? How was your interaction with this person in the job? You just gonna make like 2-3 questions to your reference and you will be okay. So usually you will detect if the reference, they usually will do good reference for the people, but with the question that I tell you, there is something that you think this person can improve, sometimes they tell you things. And pay attention to that because you can understand where you can help, how you can help this new candidate, or if this candidate can be actually a good match for your business. Okay, now we are selecting the candidate and negotiating the offer. Setting performance, what is that? Explain, talk with your employee, what you expect from them. Because if we don't explain to them, they won't know what to do, okay? So something important, make accommodation for disability. We have many, some protection in this matter. Actually, a lot of protection. I show you some things, including the religion, have accommodation too. Retention and termination. That's what I was explaining you, something about the measuring effectiveness. Another way to measure your effectiveness that I have been talking with you is using the Google form. It's a free tool, and if you have a small business and you want to know how is the satisfaction of your employee, you can create your own little survey of employees of any business that you have. You create your link here when you click on send, and here in this part you have a link, shorten URL, and you can submit a form to your employees to detect if they are satisfied or not with your organization. And it's something that doesn't require investment at all. You don't have to pay anything because it's included in your Google account. Okay, some tool to measure effectiveness. We keep going when we have to let go or terminate employees here, and some resources that we look outside is the outsourcing, right? For example, legal service, we can do outsourcing. Accounting service, outsourcing, depending the needs that you have and what you need help. Sometimes you need help. When is bad idea? When you have, my opinion in general, if as soon as you can cover, there is something that you don't have to invest in new candidates because your business is starting, try to manage the things by yourself until you keep growing and you can invest in new sources. Okay, but there are some things that you will need. For example, the ones that need some guidance in accounting, you probably will need somebody, for example, to complete your taxes. Somebody want to say something? Now, those are information about the virtual employees, and we are done. I did it a little bit quickly than before, but let's do the activity together, okay? Let's do the activity, and we're gonna work together on this, okay? So I'm gonna click on activity 12 here. Some of you did it. So I'm gonna request for your help with your voices. These are short. And number 1, complete activity 12. Somebody wants to do this.
Can I do it?
Yes, please. This
Yes.
is Rosita. Who is there?
Who is there? You know me.
Leticia, sorry.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
The, app-
Okay.
the application of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling functions are in the most efficient manner possible to accomplish meaningful organizational objectives. I think is letter A, management.
Management. Leticia, tell us for number one, management. So let's keep going with number two. Thank you, Leticia. Thank you so much. Management skills are required for success. List skills. A skill will be of different importance depending on the management level. You remember that we took a picture of the skills. Somebody remember the skill? Conceptual. You remember? No?
Technical, conceptual,
Technical.
and decision-making skill.
Technical, conceptual, interpersonal, and decision making.
Thank you. Chavlan. I hear Chavlan. I
Thank you,
hear
Professor.
Jaijin. Thank you. And I think I missed another voice. So people, you already said it. You don't forget, because I don't gonna write now. I have a little allergy that is giving me hard time. Okay, number three, the resource of a small business and its employees. No, I want your help, please. Somebody help me with
I
that.
will read.
Yes, please.
The resources of a small business and its employees must be coordinated to minimize duplication and maximize effectiveness. It requires informal communication with and among employees every day. I think it should be coordination.
Exactly. I think somebody raised their hand, please, number two. Chavnan, thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you. Somebody wants to help me with Roberta, people. Sorry. Okay, number four. Somebody want to give me the nice voice that you all have.
I
Yes,
can read number.
yes, please.
As a small business starts to grow, there is an evolution away from the functional to the divisional structure. However, significant growth is required before the divisional structure is put into the place. It's true.
It's true. Thank you so much. That was Cha voice. Okay, thank you. Let's go with the five.
I can do 5.
Thank you.
Is this a visual representation of the formal organization of the business? The chart shows the structure of the organization and the relationship and relative ranks of its position. It helps organize the workplace while outlining the direction of management control for subordinate. The answer is organization chart.
Thank you, Tan. Thank you, Nguyen Tan. Organization chart. Let's go right away. Boom. Okay, let's go with the 6 people. This function.
Can I read?
Yes, please. This is Nuruddin.
Yes. This function of management involves feedback for future planning activities and aims to modify behavior.
Thank you.
Organizing.
Organizing.
Thank you to both of you. Yeah, don't worry. You did it right. Organizing. Let's go with the next one. Number 7. The skills.
I read, ma'am.
Yes, please. Who is there?
Gulshan.
Thank you, Gulshan. Tell me.
These skills involve the ability to identify a problem or an opportunity.
Yes, I know this is kind of special, but remember I show you the picture that I tell you, take the picture because it will tell you decision making, right? No, yes, don't remember. No, nobody's agree with me. Tell me what you think. I like to hear. I don't have to be right. You can have your
Decision making.
decision making. You are agree. Okay. Let me see who say that was Alpesh. I say Alpesh, but I didn't want it. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes, ma'am. This
then
is the same. This is the same question which I answered correctly, but I got the wrong.
I know you got it, but it's decision making. You did it right. Don't worry. You did it right. If you have this wrong, I will fix for you because you did it right. I remember your situation. I remember.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Don't worry. I don't gonna leave until I fix it. Okay, number 8, division by involves organizing a business according to job or purpose in the organization. What do you think is that?
Function.
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 Goodness, so quickly, these people. This one is gonna ask you a question. Now I don't want that. I just want multiple choice. Okay, describe the 4 management skills necessary to be successful. It's the same like the other people. The management skill, you remember?
Is it division?
Think a little bit more. Think a little bit more. Think just a little. You took a picture of that to remember.
Is the one
Number 2?
The cheating is there. The answer is there.
is the one that says identify problem or opportunity, develop alternate solution, select an alternative, implement solution, and evaluate solution. Is this one?
Think a little bit, just a little bit more. Oh, you're almost there. Just remember
Matrix.
Technical, conceptual,
It's
interpersonal.
division.
Last answer is
Yes,
matrix.
is right.
It's division.
Division by division involves.
It's division, absolutely.
Which number we are doing,
Number 9, Jing.
right? Yeah, I thought it's the same as number 2 because I couldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I say your name because I hear that. I think I hear that you say that. I don't know, but maybe that wasn't. But yeah, it's the same people. It's the same that number 2. So, in the number 10, describe 4 common type of organization structure. That's what the one you say before. I remember that Nguyen Tang, he was saying that. And he was giving us the answer of the 10. Tang, you know the answer. Tell me again. You said it.
Functional, divisional,
Division.
matrix or virtual
Yes.
structure.
Yes. Thank you, Chao Nang. This is the 10.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you please write it because I didn't understand what they said. And
Yeah.
same thing for number 2 and 9 and 10. When they
Yeah.
talk, I didn't understand.
I understand that what you say. It's because I have kind of I am in okay, don't worry, I'm gonna help you on this. Okay, once we're done with this part, number 11, this type of business represents 72% of US business. This is the 11 people. You know what is the answer for the 11?
Sole
Corporation.
proprietorship.
Sole proprietorship. And okay, let's help to the other because I know some people is confused because I didn't write anything. Can somebody do it for me? I know I'm being so spoiled today, but please, I have something.
I can help with number 9.
Please, this is participation.
Okay, number 9 answer is technical, conceptual, interpersonal, and decision making.
Yes. Is somebody wanna type in the chat?
Professor, for number 2 also it is the same. So we need to elaborate on that for the importance or no?
We need to what?
Do we need to elaborate for the second
Eh,
answer.
That was the purpose of the question, but I will skip that and I will accept the 4 words.
Okay.
I will skip it for now. The ones that make me nice and put me the explanation, it's okay. But for today, for now, I'm going to skip it. And it's going to be accepted and okay like that. If you are agreeing.
Yes, we are
Yes.
fine.
Yes. On number 10, I know some people is asking for typing in the chat. Somebody can help me and type the answer for number 10, the organization structure that Tan gave. Look, people, you don't have to do anything. It's there. Look, it's there. We mentioned the matrix, we mentioned function, we mentioned division, and also we forgot virtual because virtual, it was here. So that's it. That's what you need to put in this. Yes, so I copy and paste. Okay, that's it, but you're missing virtual. So don't
But
forget the virtual because
Really?
huh?
That's it.
That's it. And the skills, you already have it. The cheating is here. It's because you get nervous. Look. That's it.
I roll is a lot.
What did you say?
I roll it's the same like that, but I make more sentences for
That's
each
because
of us.
you are a person that give your best. So that's why you are my smart Tan, giving your best all the time. So you did right. I'm going to stop recording, okay? Because we are done with this part.